you can't not jump in. You cannot jump in because there's attractive women on that boat. And like any heterosexual man, I would rather be torn apart by large meat-eating predators than risk the possibility that one of those women is a massage therapist who's going to go crazy and jerk me off. You know it's not going to happen, but it might. It might happen, but it's certainly not going to happen if you start crying and poo your wetsuit. This is what I wanted to do, but yeah, I jumped in and I jumped in and I was like, whoa. And it was completely different from what I thought it was going to be. The sharks were beautiful. They were just lovely. They were swimming up like... They were like Osmonds. And we were feeding them bits of fish off the end of a spear, just like Osmond. I said to the dive master at the time, well, not at the time, obviously we were underwater, I was like, blah, blah, blah. But I said to him later, I said, that's amazing. What would have happened if we ran out of fish? And he said, oh, they'd probably just swam away. I said, really? Have you ever tried it? He went, you fucking nuts, they're sharks. Then I was coming back in the boat with all the kids that do the shark diving there, and I said to them, has anyone ever been bitten by a shark? And they all showed me they'd all been bitten all over the place. I was like, you motherfucker! But I did learn about sharks when I was there, and it was very interesting to me. I was really astonished by these strange and wonderful creatures. I saw this thing, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, but many sharks, the male of the species, has 2 penises. Oh, I know! 2 penises! I saw the shark swim up, I was like... I was like, look at you, mister! Look at you, Mister. 2 penises. Is it penises or peni? I've never had to. Well, there was one night in Amsterdam in 1987. Two penises, though. That's why sharks are so fucking confident. They're like, Can you imagine what a blow it would be to the drug companies if human men had 2 penises? You'd never sell any of that Viagra shit. What are the odds of both of them going at the same time? It's like aircraft engines. You're like, oh, we lost one, don't worry. I'll still get you there. Nothing to worry about. Although you do need an experienced pilot, because if you don't know what you're doing, you could flip over into a dive. Might not be a bad thing, actually. But I love these creatures under the water. I do love these nature documentaries about all these animals. Because when I was a kid, I used to watch them with my father. We used to watch these BBC documentaries. They were lovely things, narrated by David Attenborough. This lovely man with a quiet voice, very quiet, dignified British voice. He would always say, here on the Serengeti. Like, what? Here on the lion. Why is he talking quietly like that? But it was to set the scene. It's not like he's there. He's not quiet. He's not kind of going, oh, there's a fucking lion over there. I mean, he wants you to think that he's there. He's not there. He's not going, shit, get me the fuck out of here. There's a fucking lion. He's later on, it's like 6 weeks later in a sound studio in London, he's pretending that he's there. It's like the same when they put the noises on as well, the lion's eating the zebra, and you hear all that. They put that on later. It's not like there's a sound guy up there going, quiet everyone! watching with my dad, and my dad, it was when he said his one joke ever in his life. We were watching a documentary about monkeys, and my dad, the monkeys were doing naughty things, you know, sticking bananas up their asses, throwing poo at each other. And my dad said, everyone in the whole family was there, my dad said, "Oh look, there's Craig and his friends." Everybody laughed, and they're like, "Ah, that's you and your friends." I'm like, "No, it's not." They're like, "Yes, it is." And then that was his joke, and everybody laughed. He'd never had that before, so he started doing it every time there was a nature documentary. Even if it wasn't monkeys, it didn't make any fucking sense at all. It'd be like, you know, fish or plankton or birds. He'd always say, "There's Craig and his friends." Like, it's not even funny, but he kept going. And he would do it again and again and again and again until somebody laughed, which is exactly the same technique I now use on my television show. Those fuckers in the audience know that until they laugh, they will not be released. No, people say to me, "Greg, why do you call the audience in your show hobos? Is that some kind of cute name?" I'm like, "No. Some of them actually are fucking hobos." That's true. I couldn't believe it. Like one day, I didn't find out until one day after the show. I went to the restroom, and there was a guy in the restroom. It was like he was a vagrant, and he was in the restroom, and he was washing his hair in the sink. I was like, "Hey," and he was like, "Hey man, I love your show." I was like, "Oh, thanks very much." You know, trying to improvise a lot of things, and he's like, "No, not you. The show. I like coming here. It's dry. The cops don't move me along." I'm like, "Yo." Kind of. What are you doing here? I said, "They give me $5 to come and watch you." Like, you kidding me? He went, "No." And I went to the producers and went, "Is that true? Do you give these guys $5 to come and watch the show?" And they said, "Oh yeah, everybody in Hollywood does it. They do it in all the shows. All the late night shows do it. All the daytime shows do it. All the Oscars they do it. They do it at the Emmys. They do it at the Grammys. They do it. All these shows. They keep a batch of this kind of posse of homeless people that they corral together. I don't know how they get in touch with them. Some kind of Batman signal. And what they do is, whenever there's an empty seat, someone goes to the bathroom, or someone leaves, or there's 10 empty seats, and they fill them up with these homeless people. They pay these people $5 a night to come and watch me, which makes you look like a fucking sucker right now." But of course, there's no suckers in an Indian casino.